Right now at 10, officials arrest a man they believe murdered a UWL student almost 40 years ago.
And a body is discovered in a lacrosse park.
Plus, a multi-million-dollar referendum could bring big changes to Tomah area schools.
Watching WKBT Lacrosse. This is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown. After almost 4 decades, law enforcement officials are filing charges in the 1985 murder of a UWL student. 60-year-old truck driver Michael Popp of Tomah is accused of killing Terry Dalloway. Dalloway went missing on Valentine's Day, 1985. Her body was found 4 days later in Vernon County. Officers first interviewed Popp in March of '85 about the case, but it wasn't until September of 2022 that officers confirmed Popp was a match for DNA found on Dalloway's body.
But what I can say is there's been advancements over the years, and those advancements have helped make identification in many cases.
Now, since the DNA discovery, Popp has undergone other interviews with law officials. Popp was arrested in Monroe County this weekend for an unrelated case. He's accused of stalking and domestic abuse, among other charges. He was moved to Vernon County Jail yesterday and faces first-degree murder of Dalloway's death. Popp's bail has been set at $1 million.
An investigation is underway after authorities found a body this morning near Wygant Park. Just before 7:30 a.m., La Crosse police were called to the 1500 block of Cass Street for a report of a deceased person. Police say it appears to be an isolated incident that remains under investigation. We'll update you more on our website on the air as we learn more from police.
A former Vernon County administrative assistant accused of embezzling county funds has reached a diversion agreement. 30-year-old Kayla Fortney was arrested in July of 2023 after a 6-week investigation into reports of embezzled county funds. Fortney will plead guilty to the charge of theft of over $10,000. As part of the agreement, she must complete a significant amount of community service, meet with a financial advisor, attend counseling, and pay restitution for the embezzled funds. If she fails her terms, she will return to court for a sentencing hearing.
No one is injured after a Chippewa Falls High School bus accident. According to the school district, the boys' varsity soccer team was traveling to Menominee for a game when another vehicle ran a stop sign and hit their bus. That bus sustained damage during the crash, leaving it undrivable. So another bus was sent to get the coaches and students to their game. Nobody on the bus was injured during the accident. The school district will provide more information as it becomes available.
Yeah, more typical fall day here once again with the morning fog. As you can see in the camera shows at about 10 a.m. we had that breaking up about that time, but we're going to probably see more of the same as we go throughout the next couple of days with a little bit less afternoon cloud cover that goes on, but that morning fog definitely will be still out there. There's your high temperatures for today, a couple degrees warmer than yesterday, but pretty close to where we should be this time of year. Bigger picture shows all the warm air to the west. That's what we're going to be looking at more, getting closer to our areas. So that's the big picture. Otherwise, you look at the temperatures currently, they have fallen off quite good into the 50s and 40s with a cloud cover to the east. We're going to see another somewhat chilly night, but still pretty close to where we should be. A few clouds up to the north and a system to the south and west. All in all, we're kind of in between, but we are losing the cloud cover to the north, so it's going to see more of the same. Visibility right now, so okay, but we're going to expect to see that more as we wake up tomorrow morning. That'll be the bigger story, is to watch out for the fog. Otherwise, sun comes out around 10. We climb quickly up to 70. Same story for Eau Claire, maybe not quite the fog, it's just the low clouds. Otherwise, getting close to 71 with plenty of sunshine and a light northwest wind as we go throughout. So once again, it's going to be a warm stretch. We're going to see probably a stretch of 80-degree weather that looks to continue through the weekend. We'll break down when that might end if we see any precipitation this weekend too a bit later.
All right. Thank you, Greg.
Former Packers quarterback Brett Favre revealed in a congressional hearing today that he has Parkinson's. Congressmen were questioning him amid accusations that he helped divert federal welfare funds, including to build a volleyball facility at his daughter's school and his alma mater, the University of Southern Mississippi. Favre has denied any wrongdoing and is not criminally charged. Favre, who played 20 NFL seasons, estimated during a 2022 interview that he suffered thousands of concussions during his football career.
Wisconsin Senate candidate Eric Hovde made a campaign stop today at a Tomah cranberry bog. Hovde echoed previous points on the toll inflation and government regulation have had on Wisconsin farmers. He says the 1972 Clean Water Act in particular allows government to regulate any water on a farm. That act is designed to regulate navigable waters, but what that actually means has been litigated for decades. The GOP candidate says instead of regulating them, Washington should listen to farmers and put them in a position to succeed.
Wisconsin, the agricultural community is such an enormously important part of Wisconsin, and we have to make sure our farmers can thrive and survive, because a lot of farmers are going through a lot of difficulty today.
Hovde also visited the La Crosse Center this morning to speak on health care and housing at the Wisconsin Counties Association's annual conference.
Well, Oktoberfest is almost here, and every year the festival creates a massive impact on La Crosse's economy. News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall spoke with some local businesses as they get ready for the big weekend. Jeremy.
Emily, from the bars to the clothing stores to the hotel rooms, you name it, the festival's anticipated to bring in more than $20 million for the city of La Crosse. Corey Marcos is ready for Oktoberfest. She's anticipating a very busy week.
We'll definitely see a lot of customer traffic and a lot of people looking for Oktoberfest t-shirts and hats and drinking gloves.
Marcos co-owns Marcos Apparel, a clothing store in downtown La Crosse. She says one of their best weeks for business is right before the festival.
We do see a lot of foot traffic the week of Oktoberfest, but honestly, once the fest begins, it turns to people enjoying the fest grounds, the parade, the tapping, and so we see the traffic slow down a little bit once Friday and Saturday roll around.
According to a recent study by UW-Whitewater's Fiscal and Economic Research Center, the festival is expected to generate $26 million for the city of La Crosse. Explore La Crosse anticipates 30,000 to 35,000 people to attend the festival. Bennett O'Reilly's manager Tony Douglas is ready to welcome many of those folks.
It's like a regular weekend on steroids. It's going to be probably 10 times what we usually expect on a weekend. It's really cool to see all the people coming into town and really enjoy themselves.
Oktoberfest is the bar's busiest weekend of the year. Douglas looks forward to it all year. He prepares for the festival 1 month in advance.
We got, folders and binders full of everything we've done in years past. We keep really close track of everything, and we've really got it down to a science.
Oktoberfest is also expected, guys, to generate big tax dollars. According to Explore La Crosse Executive Director AJ Friels, the festival will generate $1.2 million in state and local taxes for the region. Ken and Emily.
Okay, Jeremy Wall live in the studio. Thank you.
Tomah School District officials are courting voter support for a $177 million referendum. Tonight, the district hosted the first of 4 community information sessions. If voters approve it in November, the referendum will build a brand new high school, turn the current high school into a middle school, and turn the middle school into an elementary school. Then LaGrange Elementary would become an early childhood and Montessori building, and the district would close 5 other buildings. The district administrator says this plan saves $13 million in building maintenance and provides something special for generations.
But you can imagine what a new high school would do for our high school students. In a 21st century setting, we'd have improved CTE opportunities, stronger space for our growing music and band and orchestra productions.
District voters currently pay about $630 a year for every $100,000 of property value. This referendum would increase those taxes $259 a year, which Hansen says falls in line with the tax levy they saw about 6 years ago. We'll have more information on future referendum info sessions on our website.
Western Technical College is powering up the future of industrial technology with a new addition to its Tomah campus. Today, the school unveiled its Mechatronics Lab, a state-of-the-art facility designed to teach the latest developments in automation and advanced manufacturing. As Western's president explains, the lab is not designed for one specific course. Instead, it provides specialized training based on employers' needs.
What we do have out here is customized training. And the lab that we have in here is to help employers that need this skill, that skill, this skill. And then we can build them into credentials for them that can help them get their associate degree.
Companies train their employees at the lab, but it's also designed to be mobile so it can easily get to places of employment.
The Florida Gulf Coast braces for Hurricane Helene.
How residents are preparing for strong winds and potentially over 12 feet of storm surge coming up.
Sometimes a celebration means fireworks and loud music. I'll just tell you that I'm celebrating 35 years at the board store, 80 years on the planet, and my daughter Danielle becoming the new general manager of the board store. Let what's personal to me be personal to you with savings on your next home improvement.
Call for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors, on siding or gutters, on a bathroom or a kitchen, on a sunroom or deck.
Better products.
Better people.
Better prices.
The board store, improving your home, improving your life.
A suspected Venezuelan gang member who was arrested for domestic battery.
Violently attacked a woman physically and sexually.
The border crisis is real here in Wisconsin.
Criminal gangs harming our community.
We're stretched thin. Open borders and weak politicians are crushing us.
Rebecca Cook is one of them. She doesn't back law enforcement. She'll never secure the border. She doesn't even want to.
That's why we stand with Derek Van Orton. He has our back.
And I've got yours. I'm Derek Van Orton, and I approve this message.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
A storm heading north in the Caribbean is building momentum and could reach Florida later this week.
Hurricane and storm surge watches are in effect for portions of the Gulf Coast, and a growing number of counties have urged or ordered evacuations. CBS News' Jason Allen reports from Florida's Big Bend.
1, 2, 3.
St. Petersburg residents are stocking up on sandbags as a potentially major storm barrels north toward Florida. Governor Ron DeSantis declared an emergency for most of the Sunshine State as Helene became a tropical storm over the Caribbean.
We anticipate the storm is likely to make landfall sometime on Thursday night. We will, of course, see impacts before then.
Forecasters say Helene could turn into a hurricane.
It's very concerning. I'm from Tallahassee. This is my hometown. We have never seen a storm of this magnitude that could possibly be a direct hit to Tallahassee.
Meanwhile, crews in Tampa are working to clear out the city's drainage ahead of the potential storm surge in the bay.
Here in Shell Point Beach Park, people are using these last few hours of good weather to move things out of the lower level of homes that are right here on the water's edge. Meanwhile, further inland, federal authorities are working across the region with putting generators on standby, search and rescue teams ready, and power restoration teams ready to go. In some areas, long lines for gasoline are already becoming a bumper-to-bumper traffic jam.
I got about 3/4 of a tank right now, but we try to stay full. You never know.
Loading up everything that could fly away, the chairs and grills and coolers.
In the Tallahassee area, the Miller family is preparing.
Yeah, we're nervous.
But they say they'll head north to Georgia if the storm begins to look threatening. Jason Allen, CBS News, Crawfordville, Florida.
Now, Helene would be the fourth hurricane to hit the U.S. this year and the second to hit Florida's Big Bend region.
Well, more news ahead, but first,
we definitely got a warm stretch, more like the end of August, early September weather for your Oktoberfest. And even better news, looks like the cloud cover will be less. We'll break it all down for you coming up on your First Warn Weather Update after the break.
We all know costs are too high, but while corporations are gouging families, Trump is focused on giving them tax cuts. But Kamala Harris is focused on you.
Building up the middle class will be a defining goal of my presidency.
She'll make groceries more affordable by cracking down on price gouging. And she'll cut housing costs by taking on corporate speculators. Middle-class families build America. We need a leader who has their back.
I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on 2024 Sierra 1500 Denali models. That's over $6,400 in average finance savings.
Visit your best choice GMC dealer today.
Their Bidenomics led to the highest inflation in 40 years, highest gas prices ever, skyrocketing interest rates, unaffordable housing, incomes down, unemployment rising, and a recession now headed our way. Yet Kamala Harris is clueless.
We are very proud of Bidenomics. Bidenomics is working.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
What if you never had to worry about what you could do? Because you could do anything. Anywhere could be the center of everywhere. And boundaries only existed to be pushed. So the only limit you faced was how big you could dream. What would you do then? Some pretty cool stuff, I bet. Yeah, that'd be some life. That'd be life unlimited.
It seems like everyone in Washington is either too far left or too far right. I'm Rebecca Cook, and like most folks in Wisconsin, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'll stand up to Democrats to fight for a secure border and stop wasteful spending. I'll stand up to extremists like Derek Van Orden, who wants to ban all abortions with no exceptions. Like you, I'm fed up and ready for change. I approve this message because it's time that we sent one of us to Congress.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Yeah, definitely we're going to see a lot of 80s coming up, and it's not unusual to see 80s this time of year. If you look at La Crosse, typically the average last day of 80s is around early October. We've had 90s up to September too, so we could still see some 80s through October, but we're going to see a stretch of it, maybe 5, potentially 6 days of it here just coming up. But the good news that is, otherwise we still got the morning fog, low clouds, typical fall stuff that we see near the rivers. That'll continue Wednesday, tomorrow morning, Thursday morning. There even could be Friday morning too. Warm through the weekend, 80s, and this continues all the way through Monday before we have another cold front that'll come through. And the thing is, dry. We even have less cloud cover. Everything is scooting even further southeast, so I think less cloud cover through the weekend into Monday, but it'll definitely stay dry for most of the region. The precipitation will probably stay well south into Florida. Otherwise, we've got this system that kind of just fell apart as it approaches us. It's going to fall. It's going to continue to dive southeastward. It's going to actually impact what is going to be the hurricane eventually. Otherwise, the system to the southeast is pushing up to the north. So all in all, we had a few cloud cover today, but we're going to have really clearing skies. Here's a tropical storm that eventually will be the hurricane that we mentioned. It is traveling up towards the Big Bend, and eventually it'll make its way slowly up towards about central Indiana as we get closer to Saturday morning. And that's about how close it'll get to our area. But fog, we've dealt with it the last couple mornings, will continue. Really about 5 to 6, you start seeing it form in the river areas. And then between about 6 and 8 a.m. it's when the visibility is the worst. Typically you get down to 1 to 2 miles. Near where the fog is, you get inside of it, you might get down to a half mile. But you can see it's centered along the Mississippi River, Wisconsin River, Kickapoo River, just to name a few of the river valleys that typically will see it. And that could get down to about a half to a mile. So something to stay in tension as for the morning commute. Once we hit about 9 to 10, we should start seeing it lift. Plenty of sun throughout the rest of the day. Really no issues. Light northwest winds in the afternoon. We'll get those temperatures well into the 70s for most locations. Should be mid 70s for most, maybe upper 70s for a few locations. But all in all, about 5 to 6 degrees warmer as we go. Then for Thursday, we're looking at upper 70s to near 80 degrees, and that'll be even warmer for Thursday. Light winds, plenty of sun, minus the morning fog that we could be dealing with. Torchlight Parade, there's absolutely no issues going on. Very mild temperatures, mid 60s with a few clouds. So all in all, a fantastic start to the Oktoberfest weekend, and it's not really going to change much. Here's that low that comes up to the north, just to the Illinois, Indiana area. We just get a few clouds, and even that's getting a little bit less. Even more clear skies as you go further north. So it'll clear up to Ladysmith, probably clear skies throughout most of the weekend. Then we have a cold front, but this one front really kind of stalls out. Even by Sunday, most of the cloud cover is to the south. So Sunday still looks even better now too, and we'll probably see those temperatures continue until we got another cold front out to the west that'll come through as we get closer to early next week. And that you can see with the temperatures, all 80s after Wednesday until we get to next Tuesday and Wednesday, when we'll fall back to where we should be after a cold front comes through. So basically dry and warm. That's about the only two things. So
can't complain.
Now you definitely can't complain this time of year.
Well, I mean, we could to mess with you.
Yeah, you could.
But
no excuses to complain.
Yeah, nope.
Thank you, Greg. Coming up next in sports, a battle at the top of the Ridge and Valley. DeSoto Pirates looking to gain some ground on the conference leader Kickapoo. Cade's got those highlights next.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho-Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
The liberal elite in Washington are running one of their own here in Wisconsin. A political insider who worked to elect liberals in California even supported a dark money group focused on defunding the police. Her name, Rebecca Cook, political operative bankrolled by the liberal elite. They handpicked her to help win back the House, trusted to elect liberal heroes like Mandela Barnes. They trust her because Rebecca Cook is one of them.
I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message.
Lane's Farm and Fleet's fall tool sale is going on now. Shop our unbeatable selection and prices on great brands to help you tackle fall projects. Like $100 off these DeWalt tool batteries, now just $39. This Milwaukee brushless grinder with paddle switch, only $119. All GE light bulbs are on sale, 20% off. And maintain vehicles and equipment with 14-ounce tubes of Blaine's brand multi-purpose grease, just $189 for rewards members.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Get 2.9% financing for 66 months plus $2,000 flex by cash plus a free limited maintenance plan on Explorer. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Thousands of our heroes face the difficult choice between keeping their heat and power on or facing homelessness. 21,000 Wisconsin veterans are living below the poverty line. Wisconsin loses 3 veterans to suicide every week. Together, our mission is to provide all struggling Wisconsin veterans with a critical survival safety net. You can make a real difference by providing a donation to the Wisconsin Heat and Housing for Heroes initiative.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports.
High school athletes are proving to be bigger, faster, and stronger year after year. UCLA Health found that better training techniques plus better technology has created better athletes at the high school age. You see pitchers throwing faster, track athletes running faster, and even on the volleyball court, hitters are able to attack the nets and create offense at a higher rate, which has helped the West Salem Panthers get off to a hot start this season. West Salem's Becky Murphy is in her 5th year as head coach for the Panthers and has her girls riding a 16-game conference win streak dating back to last season. The Panthers are ranked 4th in the latest D2 rankings and have been playing at a really high level all season long. A big reason for that comes in the summer.
I think a lot of that off-season training helps with that conditioning and weightlifting and stuff. So it's fun when they come to us and they're ready to go, and you know, they just have a lot of skills that they've developed over the years. They play volleyball maybe in the off-season or other sports in the off-season, and they're just ready to go.
The Panthers have a number of outside and middle hitters who can rise up to the occasion at a moment's notice. They're tasked with making split-second decisions on when to be aggressive and when to play it smart.
I'm just ready to go at all times, but especially in the big moments as well, to be ready to swing and still be aggressive is important. Everyone's doing their part to be aggressive and be strong at the net, and we have a lot of height and different people that use different shots and play a lot of volleyball, not just in school but in club as well.
Well, it takes an entire team to run a smooth operation. The Panthers setters help unlock the offense by mixing it up and being unpredictable.
I think our setters do a really nice job of putting the ball right where it needs to be. So if we get the pass up to our setter, we can get a kill out of it no matter what. And our hitters doing a really nice job adjusting to out-of-system sets. And we've been practicing a lot on our hitting and our offense. So I think all the hard work is paying off.
Well, it paid off tonight as the Panthers had not one but 2 matches against conference opponents. West Salem took down Westby and Viroqua, 2 teams who were right behind them in the conference standings. We also had a battle at the top of the Ridge and Valley Conference. DeSoto takes on Kickapoo. Kickapoo came out firing on all cylinders. Harmony Wegner getting up for the kill, and DeSoto cannot return. Panthers dominate the first set, onto the second where DeSoto looks to make things interesting. Ella Cook sets it up, and standout sophomore Kylie Venner knocks it down as DeSoto gets the set. But DeSoto's luck would run dry as tonight's star of the game, Harmony Wegner, takes matters back into her own hands. Another kill as Kickapoo wins the match in 4 sets, 3-1. And Ithaca also wins tonight, which means those 2 teams are still at the top of the conference standings with 1 loss each. So we've got a tight race for the Ridge and Valley crown. Over to Norris Country as Westby hosts their cross-country invitational and look to take home some hardware of their own. First to the girls' side as the sophomore Katie Field from Royal Waniwak would take home first place. Following that, basketball's Nora Gilson and Viroqua would take second as a team thanks to freshman Aaliyah Schwem taking third. Westby would win the girls' side with 4 runners within the top 10. Let's go to the boys' side. Basketball, they came out running hot. They would take first as a team, but Bangor taking home silver right behind them. Westby would take third, and Royal Waniwak's Vlad Grigorov would be the highest placing area runner taking third. Let's go across the border. La Crescent boys soccer hosting Winona Cotter. Ramblers enter the match undefeated on the season, and they were spreading the ball around in the first half. Felipe Carvalho gets the shot up, but it goes off the crossbar, so close. But later in the half, Gavin Kammerer takes a shot, and it's a screamer into the back of the net for the goal. Ramblers take the lead. They would go on to win 6-0. And here it is, the Brewers with the win tonight, 7-2, and they've officially hit the 90-win mark for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. That's just a real testament of who the team and organization has been over the couple of seasons. Now, if they can just make some postseason noise.
And speaking of the postseason, Houston Astros.
AL West Conference, they won.
There we go.
Now, hopefully we can get a nice Brewers Astros in the World Series. We could have some fun
after that. Oh my gosh, so much competition.
That'd be a lot to ask for.
Pick 'em. Baseball.
That's all sports is here, just straight competition with your coworkers.
I love it.
All right, thanks, Cade.
Stay with us, more news after the break.
Yep.
Ashley knows that some of our most important traditions and memories start around the dining table. From cozy breakfast nooks to formal dining areas, we have versatile options that fit any space, with styles ranging from mid-century modern to farmhouse or traditional, starting at just $499.99. Only at Ashley.
Small businesses are the backbone of our community. These places employ us, sponsor the Little League team, and feed and clothe us. That's why I'm proud of the work I've done to support our business community. I know that the side of the aisle you're on matters less than being on the side of our main streets. No party has a monopoly on good ideas. I'm Steve Doyle, and I'm working for our businesses, working for our communities, and I'm working for you.
Sunken or uneven concrete only worsens with time due to changing seasons, stress on the slab, or poorly compacted soil. Thankfully, American Waterworks offers proven, warranted solutions. Typically less expensive than full replacement and more efficient and lightweight than mud jacking, our methods are designed to last. After all, your sunken concrete won't get better with time, but it will with our modern solutions. Choose confidence, choose reliability, choose American Waterworks.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO. Darling, I believe everything's gonna be alright. somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
Looking for a better night's sleep? Ashley Sleep offers mattresses for every level of comfort, from soft, cloud-like comfort to firm next-level support. We have affordable mattress options for everybody. Find your perfect match today, only at Ashley. Shop more deals in store and online.
Well, here's a question I seem to ask my wife every single night. What's for dinner?
What's for dinner?
Big time question.
Yeah. What did you have for dinner tonight?
Why is my mind going blank?
Peppers.
What did I eat tonight?
I had a peach.
Oh my gosh, my mind is going.
But do you know what we would have had? We would have had lobster to celebrate National Lobster Day, which is tomorrow.
Oh man.
Yeah, you could have cooked up some delicious lobster at home or maybe at your favorite seafood restaurant. The crustaceans live at the bottom of the ocean, Ken.
Should they avoid a trap that would bring them to your dinner table, some lobsters can live up to 100 years old. And they weren't always a delicacy, with lobsters very plentiful around the time European settlers reached North America. National Lobster Day started in 2014 when Maine Senators Angus King and Susan Collins drafted a joint resolution. I had noodles for dinner.
There you go.
My mind is not what it once was.
Fun fact, I've been to Lobster Fest in Maine, in Rockport, Maine.
Nice.
I did it right before I moved to La Crosse.
Okay.
But it's like crawfish to them up there. It's so plentiful. It's not even a delicacy like it is for us, like regular people.
Yeah, it's New Year's or nothing for me.
That is the only time
That's
you eat
it.
lobster here. Okay, Greg will have one final look at your forecast when we come back.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
Fentanyl is killing over 1,000 people a year in Wisconsin. New reporting shows that Eric Hubdy is doing business with a bank accused of links to the Mexican drug cartel. Banco Azteca loaded up $26 million in cash and flew it to Eric Hubdy's bank in California. Other U.S. banks have cut ties with this Mexican bank, but Eric Hubdy took their money. That's 26 million more reasons you can't trust Eric Hubdy.
It's Ford SUV season in the Northland. Time for great offers across the entire lineup, including Ford Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV. Get ready for the coming season with weather-ready features that make life easier, like heated seating, a heated steering wheel, and remote start. Amazing offers on your favorite Ford SUVs. This is Ford SUV season. Now get 2.9% financing for 72 months on a new 2024 Ford Expedition. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
The Board Store 35th anniversary, you could win. Third prize, $1,944 savings certificate. I was born in October 1944. Second prize, $1,989 savings certificate. I started the Board Store October 1989. First prize, $2,024 savings certificate. I'm celebrating 35 years at the Board Store. Call or visit our showroom soon. Better products.
Better people.
Better prices.
The Board Store, improving your home, improving your life.
There are over 21,000 Wisconsin veterans struggling to pay for rent and utilities.
Thank you for your service.
Many are also facing issues with their mental health.
Thank you for your service.
We must do more to help these heroes who have already sacrificed so much.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service.
Words simply aren't enough.
I'm sorry.
Make a difference by donating to this critical Wisconsin survival safety net today.
Everything is getting smarter. Good thing your Touchstone Energy Cooperative has the knowledge and expertise to help you make smarter work harder. Today, there are more ways than ever to make your world more energy efficient, and we can show you how. Take the next step to go electric and put the power of your co-op to work for you. Touchstone Energy Cooperatives, your source for power and information.
While families struggle to pay bills, Harris and the Democrats are wasting our tax dollars on their extreme liberal agenda, giving government checks to illegal immigrants, funding a Madison clinic where minors get transgender therapy without parents' consent, pushing high schools to allow boys to compete in girls' sports, Senator Baldwin fights for this madness. Tammy Baldwin, radical, extreme, and wrong.
I'm Eric Hovde, and I approve this message.
All right, Warren, this is the story.
I had a side of water tonight, too.
A side of water.